Hello Flosstube, my name is Emma, I go by Emma Lou Illustrates. Welcome back to my monthly updates if you're a returning viewer, and if you're new, then I hope you enjoy today's video. I just want to start off with a quick apology. The past couple of videos have been uploaded late, so late June's and this one will be uploaded late. I've been dealing with some health stuff, and the weather here in the UK has been rather hot, and so editing on my PC has been impossible. And when I went to go take files to put them in the video, it was just crashing. So I was like, okay, let's stop. So that's why it's a bit late. But let's just get into this month's progress. I have 3 projects to show you this time, one of which is a finish. So let me just grab that now. And it is... Oop. The Reindeer by Cottage Garden Samplings. I have finished it. Let me just lay it back so you can see it in all its glory. Yep, I finished it. So I put a total of 4,791 stitches into it. And it's quite funny because the last time you would have seen this, it was literally just this nose, this eye bit, and the antlers were done. Nothing else was done, and I've done it all. And there are snowflakes. This fabric just makes them like blend in, but they're there, I promise. I stitched every snowflake. Oh, it's so nice that this is done. But yeah, so this is by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I brought this from 16.28% to 100% in 9 days. So 9 days since the last video, I finished it. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count linen in the colourway Stormy Night by Zweigart, and I'm stitching this 1/2. And now this is finished, I can move over and start the swans. Like I finished this on the 30th. So today, as I'm recording this, it's the 1st of August. And I was like, oh, I finished it. And after my stream on Thursday, I had nothing to work on because I'll get into that when I get to that project. And I was like, oh, I could start the swans. And I was like, no, I can't because I can't move this till I show you guys the finish. So here he is. He's all done. I think what took me the longest was these antlers are slightly off. So this snowflake is off. If you look at it, it's hard to see it on the reference picture, but it should be 1/, and it's somewhere in these antlers I've counted wrong. But I have all the trees. I have the big snowflake. I have this big tree that also blends into the fabric, which is the same as these trees. And then we have the snow on top of these. Yeah. So yeah, I worked on it for 9 days and I finished it. So there we go. We have our first finish in a while. And then let me just put this one to the side. And next up is an almost finish. This is Steampunk Fox, artwork by Barbara Anna. And as you can see, look, it's almost finished. So I put a total of 875 stitches into this, bringing it from 78.82% to 93.57%, and this has only been worked on for 2 days. So I think all that's left, I'm looking at the little picture, is some of the red for these mushrooms. Obviously the brown for the top of the houses. And and the berries here. I think, and the key, that's this colour, so that'll be done when I do that. And then the back stitching, which will be done last. So we've only got, I think, a few colours left. We have demon-looking chickens at the moment because they haven't got their eyes. But yeah, so I'm working on this on a piece of 32 count even weave in the colourway Cloudstone by Fabric Flare. And I'm using all the Call for DMC, and I'm stitching this 2/2, so it's essentially 16 count. But I've been really enjoying this, and I'm a little annoyed because I could have had 2 finishes to show you today, but because I decided on one of my streams to diamond paint instead of work on this, it has one more day. This is going to get finished the first Wednesday stream in August, which is actually, I think it's the 5th. The 6th, my bad, Monday is the 4th. So the 6th of August is when this will be done. And now, my last project is Melody of the Night, artwork by Leonid Afremov, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Look at this. This is now at 1%. I have reached my goal, so I have been like smashing it this month. Although I haven't been finishing as much, I have been meeting my goals. Kind of, we'll get to that when we get to like plans and things. But I put a total of 833 stitches into this and brought it from 0.74% to 1.03% in 6 days. So this had 6 days working on it. And this is being stitched on a piece of 28 count pre-gridded fabric by Zweigart. And I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross. And I'm making a mess. But yeah, so look at this. So if any of you are new here, this is my stream only project. So by that, I mean I can only work on this on stream, which happens to be on Thursdays when I do HAED Day. But now we've reached our 1% goal, this gets put away for a little while, and my community has spun the wheel. It was a big thing on Thursday. I actually worked on it all of this past week. I called it HAED's week instead of HAED's day, because I was like, I want this at 1% before the end of July. And I did. Thursday, I got this to 1.03%. Technically, it reached 1% twice, because Pattern Keeper underestimated the 1%. I reached it a little sooner than I should. Like, if I had worked out, because it's got 385,625 total stitches. So it should have been 3865. I think that's right. Just double checking. Oh no, 285,625. So sorry. So yeah, 285,625 total stitches. So at 2856, I should have reached 1%, but I reached it at 28 something. We were like, that's not 1%. So I just carried on, and now we're at 1.03%. And my community spun the wheel, like I said, and we picked boop, Ivory Crow. So Ivory Crow will be coming back out, and I'm going to be getting that to 5% because it's at an awkward percent. I left it off at 3.41, and normally I would get it to 4%, but that's going to take like a stream or two. So I'm like, nope, 5%. So the nearest percent would be 5. And then once that's done, this comes back out, and I work on it to get this to 2%, and then we spin the wheel. And we go from there. So this one will always come back out before another project. So that's all the whips. Let me just put this to the side and we'll talk about stats and stuff. So, monthly stitching totals. In June, I somehow messed up my counting. Apparently math isn't my strong suit if you've been to any of my streams. But apparently my math was very wrong for June. Because I said in my last video, let me just grab my notebook to remind myself and destroy half the place. I said in June I had reached a total of 3,450 stitches when I recorded that video. But after doing the math, for June my total stitch count is 4,779. And when I added, and that was once I'd added all the days up, because I was like, I'm just going to add all the days, because I was trying to add from where I was, but it was way too much. So somewhere I went wrong. But that's the total count for June, 4,779. Now for July, my total stitch count was 5,289. So not bad. Not bad. I've had better, but you know, I said last month, I've been diamond painting a lot more. Like I finished Freya. So I finished her on the 2nd of July. I finished the fish one for my granddad. And I started 2 more. And I'm going to be starting another one soon. So I started Yin and Yang of Life, I think it's called. And that's for my nan. and then the Regal Honeybee, which is for my mum. And then the one I'm going to be starting is the Mermaid Empress, and that one's going to be our Tuesday streaming one. So that's going to be our new medium to take over from Freya. Now we're going to move on to plans. So my plans are very obvious. It's finish Steampunk Fox, which will probably be finished the first stream in Wednesday. Sorry, the first Wednesday stream in August. And then I want to work on... there we go. Cherry Magpie some more. So this is not my picture. This is the mock-up from Jessica. Yes, Jessica. And I did say her last name wrong, which I thought I did. And if I remember correctly from the Midsummer Retreat, it's Doize. I'm pretty sure that's it, but if not, I'm sorry. I'll have to look it up and make sure I write something down to remember it for next time. Because at the Midsummer Retreat, she did give us a little sneak peek to a new bird series. So this one, like I said, is Cherry Magpie. And I'm working on this one on 40 count linen called Temptation. The colorway is Temptation by Roxy Floss Co. And I'm using the Roxy Floss Co conversion, which you can find on Kerry's Instagram, which is at Roxy, or what was it? I'll have the information on the screen and in the description and stuff like I did last time. But for what's it called? Needlework Marketplace, she announced a sister piece, Blueberry J. And I was gobsmacked when I saw it. I was like, oh my god. So now I have to get Cherry Magpie done so I can at least start this one, because look at it. It is like perfect. And also this is also another mock-up from Jessica. This is also from Lindy Stitch's Facebook, because I was like, I need this picture to show you guys, because look at it, it's so beautiful. But that's, I want to just leave that there forever, but I can't, so I'll just put it away for now. So yeah, so I'll work on Cherry Magpie and hopefully finish it before Blueberry J comes out. And I've got all the Jessica stuff in my cart on the Lindy Stitches website, and I'm like, I might just buy all that. And I'm going to get the 2 Threadworks colours, because in that way I don't have to try and find them, because it can be a bit of a pain to find specialty threads here in the UK. And then my next goal is my next plan is to start the swans, because I finished the reindeer, so now I can start the swans. And hopefully finish that this month. It's going to be a bit difficult. This month's going to be a bit topsy-turvy, because on the 11th of August, me and my mum are going to go house sit for our cousins and look after their dog for a week. So I'm going to be taking my diamond paintings with me, because it's just easier. So I'm going to take diamond paintings with me whilst we're there. So I'll be working on them. Which does bring me to a question for you lot. Do you want to see my diamond painting progress? Like, either on like a month, like let's say next month where there might not be as much stitching, would you like to see my progress? So kind of like a Flosstube, but with diamond paintings. Or do you want to see them but as a separate video? Like, let me know down in the comments, like, what you would like, and we'll go from there. Because I do a lot of diamond painting, and it just feels a bit weird to be, like, talking about them, but not showing them. So let me know. I mean, I can do both. I can either show them in the video. I'll do them at the end. So we'll do all the cross-stitch stuff. So those of you that want to be here for just the cross-stitch, that'll be there. And then we'll do, like, a cut. And then be like, here's all the diamond painting, if that's what you want. Or, like I said, a separate video, and I can upload that every month as well. So you get 2 videos a month, one for cross stitch and one for diamond painting. Like I said, you'll have to let me know. And then Ivory Crow, we're going to get that to 5%. So that's my plan for this month. That might not happen this month, but it will happen within the next couple of months. But this does bring me... Oh, just real quick, the reindeer. I started that on the 21st of April this year, and I finished it on the 30th of July this year. And it took me 11 days to stitch on it. So it seems like a long time because of the big gap between it, but it was definitely all stitched in 11 days. But this brings me on to another thing. So, as we all know by now, I stream over on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Last week, I came across this pattern by Pain-Free Crafts called The Six Portals, which is artwork by Rose Catherine Khan. This beautiful piece. Now it's being cut up into individual sections, so as you can see, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I fell in love when I only all we had when I saw it was this one here, the autumnal one on the end to this side. And I was like, oh no. And I was talking with my chat on stream, and I was like, do we want to do this as a sow? And when I say a sow, I don't mean like a stitch along, I mean a start along, because these are full coverage pieces. Like, they're at least 200 wide by 800 tall. So they're not small, but they're also not big, except we've planned to stitch them as one big piece. So as Sarah, the designer of Pain-Free Crafts, releases them, we're gonna stitch on them together. You are free to join this as like an individual. So if you're like, actually, I only like the blue one, so number 4, you're free to work on that one. If you want to work on the last one, you can work on the last one. I'm not going to be like, nope, you have to start with us on the autumnal and you have to work our way through. But I have purchased the first 4 because those are out. But I do have the picture of just the autumn one. I just stuck it over here because I know where to put it. But this is the one I'm starting with, and I'm going to be working on it on a piece of 28 count fabric. I'm going to be doing it 1/1 full cross in the diagonal method like I do for everything. And I'm going to get a piece of fabric that's big enough to fit all 6 on. Now, if this interests you, I would recommend you come over to my Twitch channel, and then from there you can get into the Discord. I was thinking about putting it in the description, but I've decided, nope, if you want to join this, you need to come to the Twitch channel, and then you need to go through that to go to the Discord. And if you do like what you see over there, again, as a reminder, I do stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. UK time, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, it's 3:30 to 7:30, so 4 hours. And we do all sorts of fun things. So yeah, if you like that, you should come join us. And there's no start date yet. We have a little pin in a month, like end of September, start of October, or the end of October. It all depends on when the last 2 are released. As of right now, I'm just going to check before I say they're not, and then they are. As of right now, no, just the 4 still. So we have Autumn Hollow, Sunbound Trail, Wild Water Cascade, and Sea Bright Day. So those are the 4. So if I bring up the big picture again, so we have from left to right up to there. So we still need the 2 purple ones on the end. So once that happens though, because some of us want to start from right to left. So all the information for the fabric is in the Discord. We have a channel for this called the 6 Portals Cell. There's also a role that you can click on to be notified. So when the Sea Bright Day one released, I notified people. I was like, it's out. Although if you were on my stream when it was released, I did like burst people's eardrums because I was like, but yeah, that's it for that, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, if you want to take part, there will be things in the Discord. But I do have 2 bits of haul to show you real quick. So as I said, the Midsummer retreat happened. It's an online retreat, and there's another one starting. Tickets go on sale today as of the day I'm recording, which is August 1st. And it's for, I can't remember the name of the event. Hang on, I did get an email. Of course, the one time I need something, I don't have it. Hang on. Please hold. It is Harvest Moon Hangout. There you go, Harvest Moon Hangout. The tickets go on sale, and that event is September 19th to the 21st. So there you go. But yeah, so at the midsummer retreat, I bought the fabric for the retreat. So this is, I'm not going to take out the plastic and I'm not going to touch it too much because it'll be very crinkly. But this is the midsummer fabric. I got in a 40 count linen. And this is by Be Stitch Me. This is actually my very first Be Stitch Me fabric. And I have a piece of fabric that's kind of similar to this coming from Coffee Craft Fabrics. And my plan is to work out once I kit it up. The one of the exclusives for the retreat was Summer Days, also by Jessica. And I'm like, do I stitch on this fabric or the Coffee Craft fabric? And they're both going to be 40 count linens, so it's like just, so I'll take a picture of it side by side. But that's, and I also got all the patterns, but they were all PDFs, so I can't show you those. So that's the fabric, very nice. And then this one is my Fabric of the Month by Roxy Flosco. So I'm part of the Modern Club, and this was technically supposed to be my last one because it was only for a year. And it's every other month. So this one would have been my last one, but I emailed and I was like, can I stay on another year because I really like this fabric? And I was approved. So yay. But this is Whiskey. So let me just open this up. I'll try and be quiet so I don't crinkle it because it's just a paper bag. But oh, look at her. Ooh. Yeah, man. Look at that. It's just a lovely piece of like very autumnal feeling. I feel like this is a bit disappointing, not the fabric, but I have I actually bought a gothic bat from Yasmin Made with Love, and I'm stitching that on a piece of 40 count that's kind of similar to this, and I wish I had this when I started it. But I do love the fabric I'm stitching on, but this one would have been a bit more better. But you know, there's a Halloween chart from Yasmin that's coming out at Marketplace, so maybe I'll get that to stitch on this, because I don't know what to stitch on my beautiful fabrics. But yes, let me just hold this up so you can see. I'm sorry about the shadow. It's where I've got my light situation set up, but look at it, it's so beautiful. Just all of the Roxy fabrics are stunning. Like I have, let me grab this one. So this was the last one. Oh god, look at this. So this was from May. So this one is green and it's fabulous. Look at it. Look. This needs a pattern on it. If you guys know of a pattern that would work with this fabric, please let me know. And I will look into it and I will consider stitching it on this because this is beautiful. I have a few more. I don't know where they've been put at the moment, but this one is just, it needs something. I'll just throw that over there and I'll sort that out after. But that brings me to the end of today's video. So thank you all for stopping by in and watching, and I hope to see you back here next month. And if you would like to come back next month and see me, please be sure to like, comment and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get updates on when I do upload. And I'm still thinking about when I upload VODs to this channel, so maybe we'll do it in between. I still haven't decided yet, so also let me know about that. But that's it from me, and like I said, I will see you at the end of August for an August update. So until then, take care everyone, and bye bye.